I'm live. Nobody's here. But if you're watching this later, it starts off with me screaming. So there you go. I'm working on some Kickstarter books. I had to dig out a box of Lone Wolves. I hadn't opened a box of Lone Wolves in a while. So I got this box here. Oh man, they still smell like they did when they come straight from the printer. So the Kickstarter ones I'm doing right this moment is the people who got the book along with issue 1. So I'm just going to get these ready to go real quick. I didn't stream yesterday because I got home, had a massive headache. I slept until time to go to work and I had to work at 16. So I got home at 8. Well, I got home at 8:30. I left at 8. Slept till about 2, got ready to go. Left a little after 3. Stopped at the store and went on to work at 4 o'clock. So I got some stuff to drop off at the post office tomorrow. Got Ashton Jack on the chat. His book gets dropped off tomorrow. Got some Etsy orders that get dropped off tomorrow. And then I'll have these Kickstarter books to drop off. Do that on the way home from work. Post office opens at 8:30. Yeah, it does look like it's just us. There'll be some more people popping in. Right now, I didn't share the link on Twitter or anything. I just went live since I'm using this setup. This laptop is so slow. It's such a pain to even get it to stream. So just, whatever. Don't rock the jukebox. Play me a country song. Oh, I feel so much better today. I thought I was going to die yesterday. So bad. I had a headache all day, and I got up, went to work, and I felt all right. Got a real bad headache again around 6 o'clock. So I took a handful of aspirin and drank a bottle of water and finally started feeling all right. I still kind of have a headache, but it's not like a real bad one. But I hope you're doing good today, Ashton Jackal. It's awful pretty here. I don't know about how it is over in your neck of the woods, but it's nice. I took Axel out this morning, and we've been out all morning. He mostly stayed in the house with me yesterday since I felt bad. I felt bad about him being in the house so much, so I made sure he had a couple hours running around outside. He's such a good dog. Yeah, this laptop I'm on right now is I don't know, 5 or 6 years old now. But I do need to get a solid state drive for my desktop. My desktop, I just bought it. Back, I think I bought it on Black Friday, and it needs a solid state drive. I know. I'm gonna have to put that. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to hook that up. Swap everything over. Be a lot better to use. That's kind of what I did with Axel, man. That's why I had him out all morning. I was like, "You come out here and play." We walked around a little bit, and he got to bounce around and get some of his energy run out. I ain't been able to walk him very far here lately. I've been having a lot of trouble with my back. Muttman in here, he says, is that Clear Dew you're drinking? Actually, it's Clover Valley Blood Orange, caffeine-free, sugar-free, carbonated water. I cannot find any more Mountain Dew Zero anywhere in my town, and they're killing me. So I might have to give up the Dew, which is a travesty. Might have to start seeing if I can order that stuff online. Got a stupid newfie in here. He says, afternoon there, Chief. Happy Labor Day weekend. Well, thank you. I don't get to celebrate holidays like that because of my job. We have to work anyways. But, my family's off, so it's. My man says, is it any good? This stuff is fantastic. That's one thing about the Dollar General. Their Clover Valley brand usually is pretty good stuff. I really like blood orange. I think they've got black cherry and lemon lime are my favorite. And, this bottle right here, I think was 79 cents, and it's a 1 liter bottle, so can't really argue with that. Probably good not to have all that caffeine, no caffeine and no sugar and stuff like that. So glad to be getting these Kickstarter books out. I got those right there. I need to get them ready for shipping. A few of them's got T-shirts. So we got Lorenzo in here. What's up, Lorenzo? I've been missing my old buddy Lorenzo. He's been sending me invites to go on his streams. If you guys aren't subscribed to Lorenzo's channel, go check it out. Lorenzo has a lot of cool content, a lot of different creators on there. He does some really cool live streams, and he has been known to live stream for over 8 hours. So you'll definitely go check him out. We got Neostar Productions in here. What's up, Neostar? Hope you're doing good, buddy. I'm about to go grab some. I want to smell these books again. These books have been sealed up since I got them. These Lone Wolf books have never seen air. I had to open them up to get some out to go with the Kickstarter books, and they smell so good. I love that print smell on them. I remember when I got them, I had like 7 or 8 boxes, and my whole house just smelled like a printing press. It was great. I loved it. Let me go get some. I need 9. What are they called? I can't remember. I've been up too long, guys. I had a little nap, but still. Did I put trading cards in these? Yeah, I put trading cards in there. Them things that you pack the books in. We talk about them all the time. I'll go get some. If I don't knock everything over. Gemini mailers is what I was talking about. I can send the Kickstarters in Gemini mailers because I didn't promise them a bunch of posters. I didn't do stretch goals on Kickstarter. The Kickstarter hit its $500 goal. And so if you got the Kickstarter cover, there's only like, I think 25, 30 of those even printed. And I've already determined the next print run I do of these books will be different. I'm just going to use a little bit of tape on these and tape them up here in a minute. I left my tape gun in there. But yeah, the next time, if I print these again, I'm going to have somebody else do a cover for it. Probably offer it with Lone Wolf issue 2. Something really cool, though. Lone Wolf issue 2, I've been talking to a guy. He's a really good artist, but he's wanting to do a Western Lone Wolf story. So I'm writing out a story that goes along with issue 2. I introduced a new character in issue 2 called Preacher. And Preacher and Wolf have several adventures in the Old West. And in Lone Wolf, and in this story that I'm writing, it's going to be a Lone Wolf and Preacher story. And kind of give some little bit of backstory on Preacher, and set up some stuff for some future Lone Wolf stories. I've created a group called the Missionaries, and they're a group that hunts monsters, and we'll be seeing them in more Lone Wolf stories. I'm tickled to death to be working on that. I got 5 pages of script done, and I got the loose outline, 5 pages of script. I had a little bit I could work on it at work last night, so I did that. I got a loose outline for Otis Stein versus Lone Wolf, and I'm going to get that out, and then me and Skinny's going to hammer out details. Mutt says, "Is Preacher a guy with powers?" No, Preacher is just a Clint Eastwood type who is a preacher who hunts monsters. He's just a regular old dude. He knows there's monsters out. He knows that the devil is like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour, and he's out there trying to save people spiritually and figuratively. So him and Wolf cross paths, and kind of exchange stories there, and they decide to hunt monsters together for a while. And the story, the Lone Wolf and Preacher story that I'm doing that goes along with issue 2, is called The Hired Gun. And it actually is going to kind of show how much influence Preacher had on Lone Wolf. First time you see Lone Wolf, the first flashback in issue 2, Wolf is just like killing zombies with a knife and a bow and arrow and tomahawks. No fancy 6-shooter, no shotguns, none of that stuff. And in Hired Gun, you'll see where he kind of takes on the 6-shooter and all that stuff. Stupid Doofy says, future spinoff Son of a Preacher Man. I actually, the group I was talking about, the Missionaries, at some point in the future, I want Wolf to run into one of Preacher's descendants. See, I got all kind of ideas, man. It's going to be cool. The Missionaries aren't bad guys, but in the future, them and Lone Wolf don't exactly see, Wolf and the Missionaries don't exactly see eye to eye. So Yeah, but preacher. See, Wolf already has his grandfather. You know, who he's a spirit who kind of guides him. Well, he's taught him the way of the world that he knew, which you know is tracking and hunting and and using the primitive weapons of their time. You know, like the bow and arrow and the tomahawks and knives and all that stuff. But preacher kind of teaches him how to be a cowboy type. Preacher's gonna be the one who teaches him to shoot and tries to help him not be so conspicuous as they're traveling through these old west towns and stuff. Stupid newbie says so they take different positions. Yeah, they pretty much both do the same job. They hunt monsters and whatnot. But in the future, see, once they figure out that Wolf is pretty much immortal, then they consider him to be a monster, you know, or an unnatural creature. And also, the gun, the 6 shooter you see Wolf with, really takes a prominent spot in issue 2. Um, the gun, I actually, right now, I'm calling it the Hand of God because the gun's been been blessed and has all these inscriptions on it and all this stuff. And it's supposed to be, you know, a holy weapon of war, kill demons and whatnot. And the missionaries want it back, even though preacher gave it to preacher gives it to Lone Wolf. I'm giving away some story, but you guys will want to read this stuff and go along for the ride. So I don't care to drop a few little tidbits of story here because you'll want to see how things happen. And pretty much what I'm doing, I've already decided. I've got my main Lone Wolf story, the main arc, and it's pretty much it's pretty much the story between Lone Wolf and Mad Dog. Mad Dog, you know, is the guy that killed his parents. We're gonna see a Mad Dog's journey of why he runs into Wolf, you know, 150, 200 years later. Like, why is this dude still alive? We get to see that, and this is kind of their arc, and all these other stories like Hired Gun and stuff like that. They're gonna be black and white side stories, which issue 2 is probably gonna be black and white. I think from here on out I'm doing black and white, and then when I collect the stories, I'll crowd fund to do a collection and get them colored. Um, but yeah, like I'm gonna do plenty of side stories. You'll have the main arc, and then you'll have these 10, 15 page side stories like Hired Gun, uh, stuff like that. I've got a couple artists. I've got one. We're working on like a local legend here. There was a guy here who murdered 3 people with a shovel, and when they went to hang him, they had to hang him 3 times. And before they hung him the third time, he said that snakes would appear at his grave. They crawl out of his grave, and then he'd come back and all this stuff. And at one point, like I think in the 70s or 80s, they actually snakes did crawl out of the grave. Um, he was kind of freaky, so I hear. But I'm going to do a short story about that as well. I'm actually going to set it around the 70s. That guy's name was like Cal Logston. And one reason we got to hear the story, it was a cool story, but the graveyard where he was buried was right behind my elementary school. So when we went to the back there and look at the really old graves and do some history stuff, we actually just walked right out of the school and right through the black back playground and went into the graveyard. Like there was a fence there, but they had that made a little pathway where we could walk straight in. So we doing a story like this dude. It's only gonna be like Wolf versus a Mike Myers, Jason Voorhees type thing. Except the guy's gonna be trying to murder people with a shovel. I've already got an artist who wants to work on that. So Jameson says that Lone Wolf 2 will be finished up in October. And so in October, we'll have that. The guy working on the hired gun, the way he talks, he should be able to have it done pretty quick. But I'll probably offer it with Lone Wolf 2. So, like, say you buy a Lone Wolf 2 and you can, like, maybe offer issue 2 and the hired gun, like for an extra $2 or something. Like, $7 will get you both of them. And if I can work things out the right way, do $4 shipping and ship it first class. And some other things. I've been talking to Skinny, and Skinny has been hustling his butt off and talking to all these printers and trying to work out deals, and he's getting pretty cutthroat on it. He's kicking some butt. So pretty much, what me and Skinny's going to do is Skinny's pretty much been like my right hand dude on doing all this stuff, anyways. Dude has been there helping me. He helped me format and get Lone Wolf Legends ready to go. So what we're going to do is he's going to research all that stuff, get the best quotes on printing. I'll handle the shipping aspect. So he'll find the best prices, handle all that, and then I'll ship stuff. And like if we're doing other people's books, like say we run the whole campaign, then we'll cut a percentage, and me and him will split that percentage of the profits. So really looking forward to getting some help on this stuff. And Skinny's a really good dude, and man, he's just gone just absolutely wild. You guys don't even know how hard that dude is working right now, man. He's constantly looking for something, constantly, trying to get the best of everything. I'm trying to keep him in line to keep him from going broke. Dude will throw his own. He's been throwing his own money and everything. So I'm trying to keep him to where he won't be broke and still do all this stuff. If the dude will be sending you the shirt off his back if you ask for it. Just the kind of dude he is. Mutt says that spooky sounds like a great addition to Lone Wolf Rogues Gallery. Yeah. And some of these characters, I want some actual characters that maybe can come back. That's the thing with Mad Dog. Mad Dog, even if Lone Wolf takes him out in this first little arc, maybe be four issues, maybe 5. But even if he takes him out, that doesn't mean I don't want it to be where Mad Dog can't come back. Because Mad Dog is awesome and he's evil, and if he's found a way to live for 200 years, there's Wolf can only slow him down temporarily. And the thing with the guy coming back from the dead, I absolutely love having like a spooky slasher type thing. I totally want it to be very slasher-esque, like at the end, it'll just be like one or two people survive, and nobody will believe the story. So it just takes on its own kind of legend. And I'm thinking about placing the story with the shovel murder in the 70s. So when Wolf rides into town, then he'll be like on a chopper, like a 70s style chopper, um, probably like with an army jacket on, kind of like like John Rambo's wearing when he got out of the military. He come back from Vietnam, have like an army jacket and big aviators on. Be riding his chopper into town, uh, looking for monsters. With his big knapsack on the back of the bike, where he keeps all of his weapons. He's got a bedroll. He rolls up a bunch of weapons in it. Got them in bags. That's one thing about Wolf. You kind of see in issue 2 that he does keep a lot of weapons. Like the first time you see, yeah, kind of Neostar. They totally have like a relationship like that. Because I don't know if you read Lone Wolf issue 1. If you haven't, go to gravestonepress.com, and on the front page, I've got a link to where you can read the black and white copy for free. But Mad Dog kills Wolf's parents. Mad Dog is a hired gun paid by some shadowy figure to go and run all these people off this land and kill them all. And Stupid Newbie says, so did Wolf ever go to World War One, World War Two, Korea, or Vietnam? Yeah, actually, I'm going to have him. Maybe not in every one of them, but definitely in a couple of them, because it's just cool. And anytime there's a large mass of undead bodies, there's some evil force there around, either to feed on it or to create an army of undead. And so Wolf takes it upon himself to make sure to go and try to stop whatever evil is there. So, I want him to be experienced in this stuff. And in the book, he's only half he's only half Native American. His mother's full-blooded Cherokee, and his dad is like they're based on um, my family history. So if his dad is the same as the real life father, then he's half. I think it's Creek. No, Delaware, half Delaware and half Jewish, because um, his family intermarried with some Jewish immigrants, and so he's a big bearded half native, half Jewish guy. So Wolf is, my original thing I wrote. He walks in two worlds, which is kind of has a double meaning. He, he's a native and he's not. His family's is from both worlds. If you ever look up the Cherokee people tried to make peace and fit into the modern world. During the Trail of Tears, they didn't, a lot of the Cherokee, they didn't make the leap. Like Cherokee, North Carolina, stuff like that. The Cherokee got to stay, and but a lot of people in this area have intermarried into Cherokee and stuff like that. So Wolf's family history is based kind of on my family history, because that's where I got the influence for the story. So he walks between two worlds, anyways, being half native, and and then he walks between the world of the living and the world of the undead, as a protector. So it's kind of like a double thing there. Um, he doesn't really fit in anywhere, but he still is here to do a job and keep the world safe the best he can. And that's what's neat is I'm having him run into other characters who do the same thing. Like Preacher will be part of the missionaries who belong to the church. And when I say the church, I don't mean the Catholic Church. Like you could still even have them run into the Knights Templar or whatever. But this will just be like, a bunch of Protestant churches. Some guys got together and seen monsters and whatnot, and so they started a group amongst themselves to kind of go out and keep people safe. And that's why they had so many traveling preachers. The preachers went around making sure everybody was safe and hunting monsters on the way. So Wolf doesn't fit in with the world, but he tries to find his place in the world. And along the way, he finds people who are kind of the same, and they team up. Like I can't wait to do a crossover with Skinny with Otis, because Otis is just a lost, raging monster, and in the story they'll have that moment where they both know what they have to do, and they do it together. Even though Otis is that lost, raging monster, he still, it's like, hey, I'm going to do this, and him and Wolf's going to team up. So, I'm really excited about that. We got Shabby in the chat. What's up, Shabby? If you guys haven't backed Vestry, the Matt Weldon cover, you need to get over to Kickstarter and get that. Like I was telling Shabby, if it don't fund, we'll regroup and we'll figure something out and make it work. I've got ideas. I've already been thinking about it. And I know I ain't been around and promoting it much, and I apologize. I've been kind of under the weather and barely been streaming, barely getting anything done. But you my boys, and we'll be sure to help out my boys. Plus, like, I don't know if you heard, but make Skinny help me out with a lot of the handling of getting things done here. And so it'll help out getting books printed and shipped. So we're looking for ways to get things done. Shabby says, I'm angry because I'm stuck down flat. Like I said, Shabby, man, maybe we ought to try going black and white. It's cheaper to print, and it'd save you some trouble. And we could do full color when you do a collection. You guys are awesome, Shabby. And you got like a whole extra roadblock in front of you guys being overseas, and the majority of the independent backers being here. So it's like, you've got that roadblock set up in front of you. I know with the drive that you have to get to make books and stuff that you would be getting it done otherwise. But I've been burnt by some people over the last couple of years doing this stuff. So even though Skinny has been there and been helping me a lot, it's taken a lot for me just to be like, okay, Skinny, you can help me. But I plan on I found a handful of people I know that I can really count on and depend on. And so we're trying to team up and do things, but we're also looking to do like some written agreements so that if things ever go astray, that all of our butts are covered or whatever. And I kind of want to do that anyways, because if somebody ever came up to me and was like, hey, we want to make a lone wolf movie and we'll pay you so much to use your character, um, that way that, that's a dream. That's a dream. I don't know if it ever happened. But that way, other people's characters that I've done crossovers with or, have made their books, that they can't just take those characters and say, oh, well, this is part of the Lone Wolf universe and you can't do this character anymore. So I want to make sure to cover everybody's butts. Shabby, you're crazy. So I sold some books on Etsy. I got to ship those out, and I got to ship Ash and Jackal his copy, and I've got 9 Kickstarters to go out right here. Which actually, one of them I think I might need to redo because I wasn't thinking, and it goes to I'll just hold that one back and throw it in a envelope with their other stuff because that one person got a shirt. Got Ezra. He says, "Yeah, finish my IOP program and just focus on getting a place to live and get training to be a peer support specialist and find a caregiver job for time being." Awesome, man. Get her done. Get her done. Is that still cool to say that? Well, I just want you to know, buddy, uh, even when I don't stream much and I know I don't get to talk to anybody much, I still think about you guys quite a bit. There's several of you people in the chat that it's always on my mind. So you're always in my thoughts and prayers, and I appreciate you being here. And I think about you a lot. And if you ever need to talk to me, just shoot me a message. Because I ain't the best talker in the world, but I don't care to listen. I can't wait to get these books shipped out, guys. You don't even know. Get these lone wolves done. Move on to more lone wolves. And then I need to talk to the guy doing Psychotron and see where he's at. Because I really want to get Psychotron done. I'm gonna keep my stuff as cheap as possible. Like black and white, cheap printing on decent paper. I don't really want to crowdfund, but I feel like crowdfunding. It seems like more people are looking at it right now, so I might have to stick with it. No, I haven't designed Cody yet. I was going to do some research. If you want to, Shabby, let me put together some notes, and because any native character I want to be correct, and I want to look up, since Cody won't be Cherokee, he'll probably be let's see, I can't think of what tribe that is. Let me do a little research and put some notes together. And if you want to, I'd like to get you to do the design, and then I think that would be really cool. I might actually, this is an idea, and see if you're up for it. I might write a story around him and Coyote, and we'll get the design done. And if you want to do like a piece of both of them, we can use it as a cover. Now, I might even pay you some money. Yeah, Comanche. They were. Now, see, it eludes me, but one tribe, Coyote, actually is very important to them. I don't know if it's Navajo, Comanche, or Sioux, but it's one of the tribes that moved out west. So I want to make sure I get the right tribe. And I actually think that Coyote, I might actually make them be like like their powers would be given to them by the spirit, the coyote spirit, because coyote's kind of a trickster. So this character would be kind of a trickster, but still be just completely tough, tough as nails. See, Wolf is he's a real serious type. He don't joke around. He takes things pretty serious. Um, kind of keeps to himself. He talks to people because he has to. He has to investigate a little bit. But he's not real outgoing. If you see him in the middle of a crowd, he doesn't really stand out. He tries to remain inconspicuous. Cody would be the exact opposite of that. You see Cody coming from a mile away, he'd be over the top, just ridiculous, but just a bad dude still, just completely bad dude. I already got ever since Shabby uh, was talking to me, said I should make a Cody character, I've been thinking about it in my head. You guys don't know, man. I just constantly coming up with ideas for stories. I've been wanting to do like a story about the hand of God for a while. And I think that's the coolest name for a gun. I actually think there's a gun that in a movie. In a movie, I think there's a gun called the Hand of God, but I can't remember which Western exactly. I just like making stuff up and having stories, and if people want to read them and look at them, that makes me even happier. And really, there's not a whole lot of Native American heroes out there that I can think of. I mean, there's a few, in Marvel and DC and stuff, but Wolf is not really like a superhero type. And I don't really want there to be. I don't want him to be in a universe of superheroes. Um, I don't really think that's. You know, I'd almost describe him as the Punisher. Punisher fought monsters, but then the Punisher to me feels so out of place in a world with like Spider-Man and stuff like that. Well, I've got these ready to go. I think I'll go tape them up and print some labels and have them ready to ship out. Just figured I'd be live for a few minutes and talk about some long little stories, some ideas I got. But I'm gonna jump off here. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little while. I got a few more books and stuff to pack up, and I might jump back on in a little bit. But y'all have a good Sunday. If not, if I don't hop back on, hope you have a good day, and I'll talk etchings later. Bye.